Welcome to SolFest 2007. Thank you for attending our workshops. SolFest is produced by the Solar Living Institute, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to promote sustainable living through inspirational environmental education. My name is Deborah Lindsay. I'm the host of this tent, and the workshops presented this weekend are just a small sample of the educational workshops that this facility offers every year throughout the year. You can visit their website at www.solarliving.org. Now it's my big pleasure, my great pleasure, to introduce our workshop instructor Hina Pendle and also Parker Watwood from and they'll be talking about living in harmony with nature and each other. Thank you very much.
My name is Parker Watwood, and the Foundation of Sustainable Living has been a really organized, meeting, active group since about February of last year. And we're probably about 80 to 100 members in it now, and we're scattered all over, kind of like road apples up and down the coast. But we have some common goals. Our mission statement basically talks about being an educational 501c3 nonprofit to help people by gathering information, doing research, and actually living a lifestyle that teaches about what we knew in the past, what we've learned in our lifetime, and what may good come along in the future, about living sustainably and locally. We're also set up to be an official land trust. And we've bought some property over on the coast in the Goldilocks zone, not too hot, not too cold, not too dry, not too wet. And we hope to be doing some work over there on that land soon. We can talk infinitum about all the different technologies that support sustainable living and localization. And this is a segue into Hina, because no matter how sharp we are, how good a gardener we are, what kind of replacement technology that we use, if we don't get along with one another and we don't have a culture on a local basis that demands from each one of us creativity, because I believe tomorrow is going to require a lot of creativity, we really accomplish nothing. So becoming sustainable is not like moving, changing your address. It's a change of lifestyle. And I think deep down all of us know exactly what that means. It's just that most of us are kicking and screaming and fighting about being detached from the great corporate tip. And we think that in the next little bit of time, the generations that come behind us need to have a serious data dump from old people who've misspent their youth living sustainably, and we need some of that young energy. So FOSL is all about creating a pool of educational philosophies and passing that information on. It's a doorway into time, it's a lifeboat. And the social side of the coin is something that I got wrong in the 60s and 70s when I went back to the land. I was rejecting things and going away from something rather than to something. So Hina Pendle is the social side of our coin, and she has a lot more important things to say. We'll talk about black soil and transitional technology and things like that as we weave through this, and we'd very much like to have anybody who has any thoughts, hands them up, and we'd like to mine you guys for ideas. We also are very interested in, if you're local people in the Mendocino-Humboldt County area, we'd like to develop a relationship with you. Predominantly, we're located in the Monterey Bay Area, but we do own property here. We've spent, many of us, half of our lives in this area, and we want to expand that relationship. So here's Hina Pendle. Thank you.
As we can see here at the SolFest, there's no shortage of ideas. There's no shortage of innovation. There's no shortage of talent. And there's no shortage of willingness. But the social piece of going into the next era is that our technology, look at Silicon Valley, has way outpaced our social skills. And whatever organizations, I have a background in organizational development, and we yearn to put this together. We have to raise our confidence in what we're going to do. We have to propel ourselves and really activate. We're getting more of a footprint. We see Al Gore being in, we have this kind of a celebrity consciousness out there. So Leonardo's coming out with his new movie. So there isn't anybody that doesn't know about global warming. doesn't know about climate change, and doesn't know about the capitalism that's so out of balance that it feeds the rich and not the poor. So we have a big job to do. We're inheriting 5,000 years of a dominating culture. And that's a lot to shake off. And we have to shake it off together. What we conditioned ourselves and living in a hierarchy to living in harmony together, to sharing leadership, to be able to, what are the social technologies to be able to work on a council, to take responsibility, to support somebody else. And what does leadership look like? We still need leaders. In our culture, we tend to tear down leaders. We put somebody in as a leader, and then what we do, as soon as he or she becomes a leader, we spend the next time figuring out how wrong they are and how they're not doing it right. So if we continue those behavioral habits and that kind of thinking, we are not going to move as fast as we can. So we need evolutionary thinking. We need to rethink our thinking. And we're in a period of American culture that I would say is like adolescence. Now, one side of adolescence is, feeling your Cheerios and driving your fast cars and getting as much sex and freedom as you can do. And the other side is what we're really doing as adolescents is trying to figure out which of my parents' values work for me and which ones do I want to reject and go forward with. So that's where we are. We have to examine what do we want to take from the old era that works and supports us, and what do we want to do new and different. So that's why, and we're at such a pivotal point. We are right smack at the edge of a sustainable age. And we see the evidence here, and we come to a place like this, it fills our hearts because we know we're around, we see each other. When we look at the mainstream media and the mainstream culture, we don't see ourselves as much. So it's great to meet each other eye to eye and know that we want to usher in a loving, incredible new way of being together. So I'm going to hand it over to Parker because that's a little bit of the inner, and I'll let him talk a little bit about worms and what other yucky things he's going to tell us about, and I'll be back.